What's going on, everybody? So today we are going to talk about whether or not Baby Doge should migrate contracts. We're just going to get straight into it. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. So this is a good topic of discussion, and I just wanted to talk about this because we have 420 quadrillion circulating supplies to start with, right? Well, total supply to start with 420 quadrillion, and then 161 quadrillion circulating supply. So that is a extremely large number, right? Mind you, Shiba Inu has 589 trillion total supply, whereas Baby Doge has 420 quadrillion total supply. And then the circling supply 161 quadrillion, and then Shiba Inu 589 trillion. So that is a very, very big difference between the two. Now you also got Doge on Mars, which has 1 quadrillion total supply and 549 trillion circulating supply. And then Floki with a total of 10 trillion total supply, 9.6 trillion circulating supply. So this is actually very, very interesting to see the four meme coins that were kind of created near the same times and around the same theme, right? Baby Doge, Floki, Doge on Mars, and Shiba Inu kind of were like all one and the same. We were all lumped in one category back in the COVID times, right? Back in the lockdown times. Everybody was focused on those four meme coins, and they were like the largest of their time period. And they had the most pool, they had the most eyes on them, the most attention. And now the one that's doing the best, Shiba Inu, which was always ahead of the others, way ahead. And then after that, you have Floki. At one point in time, Baby Doge was above Floki. So you have Shiba Inu, you have Floki, then you have Baby Doge, then you have Doge on Mars. So at one point in time, Baby Doge was above Floki. We were way above them. But they kept going, and when they kept going, they actually held their ground, right? They actually held the market cap that we so desperately want, right? They actually held above a billion market cap for the longest time. If you actually look at it, they've held over a billion market cap ever since earlier this year in March. Ever since then, they've been staying above a billion market cap. So that's actually pretty significant. That's a pretty significant number right there. And as you can see, just looking at the prices, like, Floki has done a lot of things. But then when you look at Baby Doge, hasn't necessarily held it, but it is starting to now that it's listed on Binance. And a lot of other good stuff is going to be coming for Baby Doge soon. Now you're probably thinking, why does all this matter? Well, because if you look at the ones that have done the best, you look at their circulating supply. Doge on Mars is not doing too well. Only 114 million market cap. We're way above them right now. And they definitely are not holding anything good and anything worthwhile. Dogecoin, it hasn't been able to hold above $200 million market cap with even its strongest efforts. It's hard for them to even stay at 100 million in market cap, right? So maybe during this run, Dogecoin will continue to pump, and that's quite possible because everything's going to be going up, all the meme coins. So maybe it's possible, right? But Baby Doge has been able to hold above 200 million market cap easily, right? We do it all the time. We always hold over 200 million, over 300, and at times even 400 to 500, right? So right now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because if you compare the supply to Baby Doge and Dogecoin, they're the two closest supplies. One's at 1 trillion, or no, one's at 1 quadrillion. The other is at 420 quadrillion, right? And then when you look over at Floki, Floki only has 10 trillion. And then Shiba Inu has 589 trillion. So they're the two that are doing the best are in the trillions with circulating supply and total supply. The two that are doing the best. So I feel like that has something to do with it because when you also look at the zeros, they have less zeros because they have less circulating supply. But when you look at Dogecoin, it has 6 zeros. And on top of that, it has a whole quadrillion inside of total supply. Now, mind you, the circulating supply, 549 million, that's definitely a big difference. But you can still see that it has a lot of zeros, 6 zeros right there. So I don't know. I guess I'm just making speculations on this. But yeah, Doge Lawn is not doing too well, and it has similar supply to Baby Doge. So I'm just kind of showing those two things together, and I'm pretty much raising the question: would Baby Doge be better off if they did migrate to another contract, one with less than 10 trillion, right? One that's like around like 1 trillion to 10 trillion inside of total supply. And honestly, I think the total supply should be way less than that. I think the total supply should be around, let's say, 10 billion, right? Because people love seeing coins at $1. People love seeing that $1 mark, right? And it's much easier to get to $10 than it is to get to, let's say, no, it's much easier to get to $1 at a 10 billion market cap than it is to get to $1 at a 1 trillion market cap, right? Because at a 1 trillion market cap, like that's 1 trillion circulating supply, 1 trillion market cap, like that's a lot of money right there. Like if you want to get to $1 at 1 trillion circulating supply, you need $1 trillion in market cap. If you want to get to $1 at 10 billion circulating supply, then you have to get to a $10 billion market cap, which is much easier, which we see a lot of projects doing. I mean, Shiba Inu is sitting at 16 billion right now. So I think it'll be very, very, very beneficial for Baby Doge, in my personal opinion, to kind of step back and do a migration and just forget about everything else, do a migration, and then work on getting to that 10 billion in circulating supply, right? Do 10 billion total supply, start doing some burns, and then it'll be much easier to get to $1. So that's what I think personally. But then we also got to look at the bad if we do that, the bad stuff that could happen if we do that. If we migrate to a new contract, a lot of people are going to lose interest in the project. So we're going to lose a lot of holders. There's going to be people who never end up migrating, and they might lose their coins. They might just never migrate, might not even look at any of the news for Baby Doge because they just bought and they held. Kind of like some of the people inside of Baby Doge Swap who still have their money in those farming pools, right? So those two things could happen. Or you could have people that just decide to, stick with the project, and then they eventually lose faith in the project because after the migration, things kind of move slowly. So there's a lot of different things that could happen there. And I haven't seen a successful migration yet for a project, unfortunately. So it's like, I want to see it. I want to see it happen, but it might be a bad idea. So I don't know where to go from here with that. But we have had projects change their names and still be successful, like Matic, upgrading from Matic to Polygon, back to Matic, back to Polygon. They're going all over the place, right? And then we also have other things. So we also have Phantom changing their name to Sonic. I believe that's what they're doing. They haven't done it yet, but I believe that's what they're doing. So don't mark me on that. Oh yeah, as the launch of Sonic approaches. So yeah, I think they're changing their name to Sonic. So that's not necessarily a migration, it's a name change. I don't think it's going to be considered a migration, but we'll see. But yeah, a lot of like coins that migrate, they end up failing. So Safe Moon, they had way 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 too much supply, so they ended up migrating. So this is Safe Moon right here. You can see they migrated. They had a huge following, but they're like, look, we need less supply. Let's migrate and change. And they did, and they've never been back since. But the Safe Moon executives were arrested by the DOJ in a fraud investigation. And that was alongside of Saitama. They also got arrested. So that's also why their project isn't doing as good. Not just because of the migration, but because they were doing some shady stuff and they got arrested. And then you had the same thing that happened to Satama. I don't even know if Satama is out there. Um, yeah, they same thing with them. This is like some other. I guess this is like a playoff of it, but I don't think Satama is even live anymore, honestly. But yeah, they rug pulled, they scam people, and yeah, a lot of migration tokens. They typically end up being scams because they didn't do it right the first time, so they're trying to do it right the second time, but they get arrested for everything they did the first time. So that's kind of what happened with Safe Moon,
And I think that's also what happened with the other one, Satama. But it's interesting to see BNB and Tron pumping though, especially Tron, because Tron has been a sleeping giant, hasn't done anything for the longest time. It's just been slow but sure growth for the longest time, literally. And you can see where this has led Tron. Like, this is the type of growth you want to see. Slowly but surely rising, and then boom, just absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy looking at Tron, right? But yeah, we have a lot of different stuff to discuss. We'll discuss that on our live stream. We'll probably even talk about Tron because that's huge. And as you can see here, how life feels after sending your first gasless transaction. That's pretty big. I don't know. Like, the Tron is just like the outlier right now in the crypto community. It's doing way better than literally everything out there. Literally 100% in 24 hours. That's unheard of. So anyone holding Tron right now, they're happy, and Tron has been really moving slow for a long time. And for it to do this, that's actually insane. BNB has been doing really good as well. So I would say if we did migrate Baby Doge, they would have to migrate it to a different blockchain. That's what I think personally. Like, if they migrated Baby Doge to Solana or Sui, but still, migrating is a risky decision. It could literally destroy the project. So whether I have an answer on whether we should or not, I'm not going to answer that because I don't know. Because if we migrate, it could destroy the project, or it could be the greatest thing to happen for the project. But it's such a risky thing because it's not like it's 50-50. It's more like it's 75-25. Like 75% of this, like 75% chance of destroying the project, but a 25% chance of completely changing the project forever in a good way. So it's got like a 25% success rate and like a 75% failure rate. So it might just be best for us to stay on this chain and stay on this contract address instead of migrating contract addresses. But let me know what you guys think about this. It's a hard topic to have, a hard discussion. But yeah, SafeMoon tried it. They failed, got arrested. I don't know if Baby Doge should try it or not, but we'll see. We will see. This is it's still crazy to see that people are still using SafeMoon. Like, they're still with SafeMoon to this day. Like, they still have their loyal followers and loyal supporters. And if you look at the blockchain data, you can see people are still using this. They're still buying it, just not as much. But yeah, this is pretty much all I got for you all today. I just kind of wanted to come here and start this topic, and we'll kind of finish it on the live stream. So the topic of the live stream tonight is going to be, should Baby Doge migrate to another contract address? And it's also going to be about the video that I made previously talking about Baby Doge. So we got a lot of stuff to discuss here about Baby Doge. So whether it's meant to be traded and or hodled as we call it, so trading Baby Doge or holding Baby Doge, or we're also going to have the discussion of whether or not we should migrate the contract. And then we're also going to talk about the Solana bridge, how things have been going, the BNB teas that they're doing a promo with Binance, the Kraken teas. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff tonight, so definitely stay tuned for that. But anyways, this is all I got for you all today. Hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. And as always, I'll be back with another video.